4 hours ago.
Oh, wow. They were on that one.
Oh, yeah. Reporter wins lottery during the live TV broadcast. In other words, the reporter was giving out the lottery numbers and realized they were the winner themselves. Now, if you're in the audience, right, would you go, why would the reporter is given the lucky numbers be the winner? But she was.
That actually happened, I don't know, like 40 years ago in Pennsylvania, and they cheated. they had, them little ping pong balls. They cheated and got caught. It was hard to catch them, but they got caught. It was about the same kind of scenario. The people running that won the lottery. That wouldn't raise any red flags, would it?
I would think it would do something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, a deer steals Christmas decorations from a Georgia home. Doesn't do it once. It takes the lights, comes back for more, and keeps coming back till there's no decorations left.
I seen a video, a deer did that, only it was a buck. And it was them kind of lights that you don't need to plug in. I forget what they call them. But anyway, had it around its rack, and he's walking around with his rack all lit up.
Well, that would be funny. Interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it was interesting. It just kind of came up, and, it was kind of rutting around, and the lights just got wrapped around his antlers, and it was lit up and walking around with them.
Well, guess what? Wildlife rescuers with the police helped save a raccoon with his head stuck into a jar. Police and wildlife rescuers responded to a neighborhood call. When they came there, it was a raccoon with a peanut butter jar stuck in its head was stuck into the jar and fell out of the tree. Okay, this is wacky news, guys. I mean, we could be talking about, what's happening in the Middle East. We could be talking about Washington, D.C., but frankly, there's nothing there to talk about.
That's a good point. But, again, like, I think raccoons they get greedy especially with peanut butter, because just like monkeys, you put something in a jar and they'll grip it and you'll catch them because they won't let go of it.
Oh, yeah. And I watched twice today on my big screen in the studio the latest War of the Worlds. I'm thinking if we were ever invaded by aliens, hopefully they'll do it over Washington, D.C., because if they are the cannibal type and only eat brains, well, the odds are they will starve to death really fast in Washington, D.C., and they'll all die off, and then they'll be gone, and we won't have to worry about it. And then we'll have all these UFOs we can just take over.
Yeah, are you talking about the 25 million UFOs, or are you talking about the other
fleet? I don't know. It depends on who I talk to, on the guests on the show. But I think if there was 25 million of UFOs circulating around the Earth, okay, well, wouldn't it be noticeable? Even if they were cloaked. I mean, that's a lot of them. I mean, our planet is small. So how could we send anything up there without running into it? I mean, there's a lot of space junk as it is. Crazy. By the way, I turned a guest down. I wanted to come on the show. He believes the world is flat. And I had a conversation back and forth, both on, the emails and on the phone with him. The guy is totally convinced the world is flat. And I just, I said, well, can we debate this? And he goes, no, I want to explain to everybody that how they're being lied to by NASA, being lied to by the astronomers, lied to by everybody. The world is flat. And he was dead serious. He even has a YouTube channel that's been up for over a couple years talking about how the Earth is flat. And then I said, okay, that means when we take these pictures out there with the telescopes, Jupiter is flat, the sun is flat, Mars is flat, and all these other planets out there are flat too. Oh, no, this our planet. Our planet is the only one. I said, okay. So all these other ones are roundish, and they, we go around the sun, right? But but we can't, we're the only flat one out there. And then I asked them my simple question I always ask people. Okay, if we're flat, okay, that means you could drive off the end of the world. I mean, and he goes, no, because of the, what do you call it? Gravity keeps every. And I said, okay, but to have gravity, you got to have an iron core. The planet has to be turning and all this stuff to create gravity and, all this stuff. And he goes, well, the world does. It rotates, but it's flat. And I said, okay, if the world is flat and rotates, then, I mean, I think that the ocean would run off, wouldn't it? I mean, when you come to the end of the world, right, then you want to get to the bottom of it. You just kind of go down and what? Drive upside down? I mean, I no offense. I mean, if the guy wants to believe the world is flat, okay, then, by the way, I'm God this year. I would refuse to have him on the show. I mean, there's a point you can have your own beliefs, okay? But I think there's enough photographs of the Earth. There's enough planets out there that we can go stargaze and look at the moon and look at Mars and look through the telescope, and they're not flat. So no, the only person that's flat is that guy.
Well, I got a couple questions here. One,
go ahead.
Why is somebody so closed-minded and closed-headed, and it's that way matter of factory, number one, and everybody else is wrong? That's number one question. And number two question, why are they so passionate about what is in it for them? Is the overseer of the world going to give them a bonus or something if he proves that the world's flat? It just doesn't make no sense. Like, let's put that energy into something more positive, right? And here's the thing, there's a reason why you can only see 22.2 miles over the horizon in the ocean. It's because the world is curved. I mean, it's just...
No, it's not curved. The world is flat, and what happens is the Earth is kind of, where it's not totally flat. It drops down every 22 miles or so. So there it is. No, come on. Okay, I just don't buy that one. I mean, that's one thing I don't buy, and it's not. I'm not. If the guy wants to come on and make a fool out of himself, I'll let him do that. I'll take him down a rabbit hole, but I'll make sure he doesn't come back out.
Well, here's my question.
In other words, I'm going to embarrass him so much he'll have to pull his socks down to see where he's going.
Is this rabbit hole round like Bugs Bunny's, or is it flat and square?
It's flat and square, according to him.
Yeah. Now, oh, boy.
Wouldn't you look, if you build a whole bunch of freeways and buildings on the side of the Earth, the very edge of the Earth, wouldn't the Earth kind of flip over?
Well, yeah, not only that, but a big cat would just knock us off like they do everything else that's on a flat surface. Jeez. Oh,
I got an answer to all this, too. I just got a text message from somebody. You know what happens? All these missing people. Okay, like the 411 book by, what's his face, right? Okay. Yeah, the guy, he said if we didn't have no listeners, he wouldn't come on my show. Oh, God, I got over 1 million listeners. What do you want, turkey? I'll say this, okay? They all have taken a boat somewhere and fell off the end of the Earth. Or they took their car for a road trip and just drove off the Earth, and they're out circulating the Earth.
You ever see the...
occasionally.
What they call... The model of the solar system. It's got all the round planets. I think I sent you the picture of it. It shows all the round planets in the solar system. Then when it gets to Earth, it's flat, and it says, this is awkward.
Yeah, well, I don't know. But you know what? The guy also has a book on Amazon for like $19.95. So maybe it's a ploy to make. Maybe the guy believes it, but he couldn't give me any of these answers. When I asked him that, I said, okay, I believe you. The Earth is flat. What keeps the water on a flat? Oh, it's because of, the gravity. And I said, but gravity, if we're a square block and that's all we are, we're flat, right? We're nothing more than a block. tumbling, we wouldn't, and we have an iron core, we wouldn't, without the spinning, we would have gravity. Do you realize if the Earth stopped spinning, we'd all be out in space?
Well, here's the next question I want to ask about the flat Earth. If we're flat, how thick are we? In other words, or if we're a flat surface, now that's one surface. Now the downside surface, how flat and thick is that? Or are we, are we pencil thin? Or are we a half-inch thick? Or are we miles down, straight, flat, square box? Or how does this work out? I'd love to see the full measurements of the flat Earth.
Oh, I don't know. I can just tell you that I don't. I did not book him on the show. So, I mean, if anybody out there, does believe the Earth is flat, if you can tell me some real key answers, that really make me sit there and go, maybe there's a possibility. Simple. Email me at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. That's nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you. I really would. Because I want your definition of what flat is. I'm not talking about my first wife. I am talking about the Earth. Okay? I just don't buy it. But anyway, a dog steals a package from Oklahoma woman's front porch and runs away with it, but comes back the following day to steal another package, and then the day after. Now, wouldn't this lady have gotten smart that somebody is stealing her packages? It's only after they put a camera up on the second time they realize there's a dog coming in after FedEx and UPS comes and steals the package.
It sounds like somebody trained that dog well is what it sounds like to me. Because think about it. People know everybody's got cameras on their doorbells and everything now. So if you can train your dog to do that, now you don't have your face on the camera. So the thieves are getting smarter.
Yeah, it was a German Shepherd. Oh, no, it's a toy poodle. No. They should train a cat to do it, but a cat doesn't have the strength, I guess, to take a big package. A man wins $30,000 lottery because his best friend rejected the ticket and threw it away. So the guy, took it out of the trash, and it was a winning ticket. And his friend then wanted a percentage of it. He goes, "No way, buddy. You threw it away. It is mine."
Oh, boy. That's going to be in a court somewhere, I can guarantee you.
Yeah, most likely. 100,000 lottery ticket spent nearly 6 months in a drawer before they realized that their ticket was $100,000 winning ticket.
I would gladly take 1% of that about right now. But, people don't realize some people just throw them down. They don't look or check because even if you don't win the big one, sometimes you get enough numbers. You might win $100 or $1,000. You got to check them.
Oh, yes, certainly. Well, a man is fighting, his driver's license bureau, Social Security, and the IRS. They claim he is dead. He took his birth certificate, he took all his ID to them, and they said, "Well, sorry, you are no longer living."
Huh. I could feel that guy's pain. I'm going to tell you, after 9/11, I lost all my ID, and I had to get it all over again. And I'm going to tell you something. That was almost impossible because you had to have one to get the other. It was like a vicious circle, and I had none because I lost them all. It took me forever to get my IDs again. It was awful. That was a rough time after that.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're just having a little fun here tonight because, we're going to be off, and Christmas and all that stuff. Firefighters rescue a dog. It was stranded in a tree after a cat chased the dog up the tree. How? I didn't even know a dog could climb a tree, let alone a high tree, and be stuck on there. And, oh, my God, I can't get down. Anyway, we're going to be back in about 2.5 minutes. You're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio. Check out our website at www.nightdreamstalkradio.com. Also, on our website, there's a donation portion. If you want to feel generous because this time of year and help our bandwidth a little bit, donate $1 or $2. Again, it's at www.nightdreamstalkradio.com, and we'll be back in about 2.5 minutes.